Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her to go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightens all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth?
It is no mouse, no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I'm an official of the court.
Court? What court?
It is a proper court they have to have now. They sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says, weighty magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
There was a God she were. There'll be 14 people in the jail now, she says, and they'll be tried. And the court have power to hang them too, she says.
They never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speaks of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd apart like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it's a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. Tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. They must. It is a wonder that they do believe her, though.
You must go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
Elizabeth, I'm only wondering how we prove what she told me. I think it's not easy if the girl's a saint now, and the town gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Why then? It is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have
I'll
not
not have
and
it.
let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet.
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you.
I see what I see, John.
You will not go to judge me anymore, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I say I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement. I have forgotten Abigail
And I.
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing! Learn charity, woman! I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she is gone. I have not moved from there to there without a thing to please you, and still ain't. An everlasting funeral marches around your heart. I cannot think, but I am doubted. Every moment just relies as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with a crowd, you said. Now
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am only...
No more! I should have warned you down when first you told me your suspicion. But I will too. And like a good Christian, I confess. Some dream I must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not. Let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate that sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I have been proceedings all day, sir.
And what are these proceedings I hear? When will you proceed to keep this house clean as you are paid £9 a year to do? And my wife not wholly well.
I made you a gift today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair to pass the time with sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair pocket.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must. I will wake up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There'd be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne. Oh,
Hang. Hang, you say? The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her, he must. But not Sarah Good, for Sarah Good confessed, you see?
Confessed? To what?
that she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book with her blood, and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down and we all must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know where Jabber she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor in open court, she nearly choked us all to death.
How, Chelsea?
She sent her spirits out.
Oh, Mary, surely
She tried to kill me many times before, Goody Proctor.
Why, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she comes to court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman. For she sleeps in ditches and so very old and poor. But then she sits there, denying and denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back. And the skin on my skull begins to creep, and I feel a clasp around my neck, and then I cannot breathe. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice, and all at once I remembered everything she had done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor. She come to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this. Whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumble? She may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember it, Goody Proctor. A month ago, I think, when she walked away, I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, I do, I think, but...
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne. And he said to her, what curse do you place on this child that she may fall sick after turning you away? And she says to him, Why, Excellency, no curse at all. I only say my commandments, and I hope that I may say my commandments, she says.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but when Judge Hawthorne said to her, recite for us your commandments. Of all 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments. They had her in a flat lie.
And so, condemned her?
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof! The proof!
I told you the proof is hard proof, hard as the rock, the judge said.
You'll not go to the court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I would be gone every day. I'm amazed you do not see the weighty work we do.
What weighty work you do? It is strange work for a Christian girl to hang an old woman.
They will not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only spend some time in jail. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Biggins examine her, and she's full to the brim. Smoking a pipe all these years, no husband either. But she's safe, thank God, for they're not hurting an innocent child. You must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. So, I'll be gone every day for some time now. I'm an official of the court, they say, and
I'll official you.
I will not stand no whipping no more, Mr. Proctor. The devil's loose in Salem. We must discover where he is hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of you.
I saved her life today.
I am accused?
You were somewhat mentioned, but seeing that I never saw any evidence that you sent your spirit out to hurt anyone, and seeing that I lived so closely to you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law, I cannot say. I will hope that you not be so sarcastical no more, Mr. Proctor. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat with us at dinner but an hour ago. I will have you speak civilly to me from this hour.
Go to bed.
I will not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I'm 18 and a woman, however single.
You wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night then.
Good night.
Oh, the noose is up.
There'll be no noose.
She wants me dead. I knew all week it would come to this.
They dismissed it. You heard her say?
But of tomorrow, she'll cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know it.
I say sit down. Now you must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
I'll find Ezekiel Keeper. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than that is needed now, I think. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John grants me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made, and she may dote on it now. I am sure she does, and thinks to kill me than to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John. There be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There be a certain danger in calling such a name. I am no goody good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. She dare not call us such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what say you? What say you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she's so close.
When will you know me, woman? Were I sworn I would have cracked for shame this 7th month.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may
Good then, I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her harder than the oldest sinner in hell. Fear not, but pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger, I only ask you.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you turn me with such a promise? A promise a stallion gives a mare I gave that girl?
Then why are you angry with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I'll plead my honesty no more. I see your spirit twist around the single error of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I'll be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Why, Mr. Hale, good evening. Come in, come in.
I hope I do not startle you.
No, it's only that I heard no horse.
Your good wife, Proctor?
Aye, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not up to bed yet.
No, we're not used to visitors after dark. You're welcome. Will you sit you down, sir?
I will. Will you sit there, wife, Proctor?
Will you drink your cider, Mr. Hale?
Oh, no, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight. Sit you down, sir. I will not keep you long. But I have some business with you.
Business of the court.
No, I come of my own, without the court's authority. I know not if you're aware of this, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Mayor Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to judge the opinion of them that come accused before the court. And so this afternoon, and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charge.
Oh, God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think so.
This is a strange time this year. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir?
I have no knowledge in that line. But it's hard things so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 7 years such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a whiting one, you cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused. I know she will not be. I thought, sir, to put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. In the book of records that Mr. Paris keeps, I know that you are rarely in the church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you're mistaken.
Only 26 times in 17 months, sir. I must call that rare. Will you tell me why you are so absent?
Mr. Hale, I never knew I must account to that man, for I go to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I surely did come when I could. When I could not, I prayed in this house.
Proctor, your house is not a church. Your theology was telling you.
It does, sir, it does. And it also tells me a minister may pray without you have 2 golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there'll be pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know, and his sweeter hand never touched the metal. But then Paris came, and for 20 weeks, he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I labor the earth from dawn of day to blink of night, and I tell you true, sir, that when I look into the heavens and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals and not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, mister, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye, boys.
Well, how come it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that the man should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in the man. I'll not conceal it.
I must say it, Mr. Proctor, that is not for you to decide. The man is ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No. I
nailed the roof upon that church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign, then.
It may be I've been too quick to judge the man, but you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think that's in your mind, is it not?
There is a softness in your records, sir. A softness.
I think maybe we have been too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark or blame upon my life. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
I'm sure I do, sir.
Will you repeat them, if you will?
The commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not say the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt bear no false witness. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. I think it'd be a small fault, sir. A small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted wrong.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
I prayed. I prayed, dear. I'll bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Reed Proctor, I do not judge you. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness, and cannot prove it other than my word be taken. But I know that children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do?
Mr. Parrish discovered them there. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail?
Aye.
Abigail Williams said it had naught to do with witchcraft?
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why? Why did you keep this?
I never knew until now the town has gone so daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense? Mister, I myself have examined Tituba, Sheridan, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not, if they must hang for denying it? There are them that will swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have indeed. And you? What, do you testify to this in court?
I am not reckoned to go with this to court. But if I must, I will.
Ah, you falter there. I think...
I falter nothing, but I wonder if my story will be credited in such a court where a minister as steady-minded as you will suspicion a woman who has never lied. She cannot lie. The world knows she cannot. I may falter someone, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you be open with me now, for I've heard a thing that troubles me. It said you hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world.
I know not what I have said. I may have said it. I have wondered if there be witches in the world.
Then you do not believe.
The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot.
You cannot? Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot think that the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, if she is kept an upright way as I have. I am a good woman. I know it. And if you believe that I would do only good work in the world, and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But surely you believe that there are witches
If you say that I am one, then I say there are none.
Surely you do not fly against the gospel.
She believed the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
You do not mean to go against the gospel, sir. You cannot think so. This be a Christian house, sir, a Christian house.
God keep you both. That the third child be quickly baptized and go you without fail each Sunday into Sabbath prayer. A solemn, quiet way among you. I think,
John!
Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife and Rebecca Nurse!
Rebecca's in the jail?
John, she recovered Tickler's wagon. We only have now come from the jail, and they have not anything to see them.
It's surely gone well now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hill, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he'll mistake these people.
pray, calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick in order of the church, Mr. Hill. And Martha Curry, there cannot be a woman yet closer to God as Martha.
How is Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For a murder, she's charged. For the marvelous and super murder of Goody Puddle's baby. What am I to do, Mr. Hill?
Believe me, if Rebecca Nurse be tainted, then nothing's left to stop the whole green world from burning. Then you rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home, I know it.
You can't mean she'd be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember, until an hour before the devil fell, God found him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she was reading books.
Mr. Corey, exactly what complaint were made on your wife?
That bloody Mongol Walcott charged her. You see, he bought a pig for my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and then the pig died soon after. So he come dancing in for his money. So I tell him, so my mother says, Walcott, if you're having the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live till I'm ready, she says. Now he goes to court and claims that from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig for alive more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor. Why, good evening, Mr. Cheever. Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale. I hope you come now on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I
am clerk of the court now.
You know, it's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest teller that might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. He'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know it yourself, I must do as I am told. You surely know that, Giles, and not as deep you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law and all this tendage I do carry on my back tonight? I have a warrant for your wife. What say you? A warrant for my wife? You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I have given 16th warrant tonight, sir, and she is one. Who charged her? Why, Abigail Williams charged her. Abigail Williams? On what proof? What proof? Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search a house. So will you hand me any poppets your wife may keep here? Poppets?
I never kept no poppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppets, goody Proctor.
Oh, why this is Mary's?
Would you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house? No, nor this one either until tonight. What signify a poppet? Why they say, a poppet may signify. Now, woman, would you please come with me? She will not. Go fetch Mary, Elizabeth. No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight. You will leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Go fetch Mary.
What signifies the puppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why they say, it may signify. Why? This. What's there? It is a needle! William! It is a needle! And what signifies a needle? Why, this go hard with the Proctor. I had my doubts, Proctor. But here's calamity. You see it, sir. It is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner in Reverend Perry's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor like a struck beast, and screams a scream a fool would weep to hear. And he goes to save her, and stepped 2 inches in the flesh of her belly, he draw a needle out, and demanded how she come to be so stabbed. She testified where your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in. Why, she's done it herself. I hope you're not taking any of this for proof, Mr. Hale. Test for proof? I find your pockets, goody Proctor kids. I have found it, sir, and in the belly of the puppet the needle stuck. I tell you, true Proctor, I never want to see such proof of hell, and I bid you have struck me not for I. Mary, here. How did this puppet come into this house?
What puppet sex, sir?
This puppet!
Why, I think it is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in court and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Do you have it, sir?
Mary Warren, a needle had been found stuck inside this puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck it in yourself.
I believe I did, sir, yes.
What say you now?
Child, you are certain this be your natural memory? May it be that someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no, sir, I'm entirely myself, I think. Look to Susanna Wilcox. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him out. Your mighty sure settle now, mister. Bid him be gone.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charged a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charged no.
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle were found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me.
Aye.
Why, the girl is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world, Willard. You heard it. Out with you. Proctor, you dare not touch the warrants. Out with you. You ripped the deputy governor's warrants, man. Damn the deputy governor. Out of my house. Proctor, get you gone with them. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent...
If she is innocent? Why do you never want her parents be innocent? Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born today as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were, but now the crazy little children are jangling the keys of the kingdom. And common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I will not give my wife to vengeance!
I'll go, John.
You will not go.
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You will see her taken.
Proctor, the court is just...
Pontius Pilate! God will not let you wash your hands of this!
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there is enough bread for the morning. children wait, speak nothing of witchcraft that will frighten them.
I'll bring you home. I'll bring you home soon, Elizabeth.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that corpse. Fear nothing.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit someone sick.
Willard! Willard! Off with them! Damn you, man, you will not chain her! I'll not have him! I will not have her chained!
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
I will pay you, Willard! I will surely pay you!
In God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now let you keep inside this house till I am gone. Man, are you blind?
Mr. Proctor, get you out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor, charity! What I have learned in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent. I know not. Only this consider, the world goes mad, and it profit nothing. You should lay the cost to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward! Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now!
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and Hades promised. Then we must look to cost proportionate. Were there murders done perhaps and never brought to light? Abominations, some secret blasphemy that sees to heaven? Think on cause, man, and let you help me discover it. For there's your way, believe it. There's your only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. Let you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village and what may have drawn from heaven such thunderous wrath upon you all. I shall pray God open up your eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis, leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Aye. Go now, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Let you think on it.
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once they've given proper evidence.
You're coming to the court with me, Mary Warren.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail?
You will tell the court how that puppet came into this house and who stuck the needle in it.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abigail tried to lecture on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then her saving-ness is done with. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife will never die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Make your peace with it. Now hell and heaven grapple on our backs, and our old priest is ripped away. Make your peace.
I cannot.
Peace is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were, but naked now. Aye, naked. And the wind, God's icy wind, will blow.
I cannot.